In the world of film, the projects that never get made are often just as intriguing as those that do. In the case of Tim Burton, a visionary known for his Gothic storytelling and distinctive visual style, one cancelled adaptation left a lasting mark, not just on his career, but on the landscape of animated cinema. Behind the scenes, a chain reaction triggered by a misunderstood Roald Dahl adaptation led to the collapse of Burton's passion project and the closure of his personal production studio. After the groundbreaking success of The Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993, Tim Burton and director Henry Selick were riding high on praise for their inventive use of stop-motion and dark whimsy. With Disney's backing, Burton was set to follow it up with an ambitious adaptation of Carol Hughes' children's novel Toots and the Upside-Down House, a story blending fantasy with deep emotional themes about grief and growing up. It was to be an experimental hybrid, mostly stop-motion, partly live-action, and filled with the imaginative flair fans had come to expect from Burton's team. The film was supposed to be the first animated release from Miramax, Disney's more adult-focused subsidiary, and it promised to push the boundaries of visual storytelling. With a compelling story involving upside-down worlds, goblins, and emotional healing, Toots was poised to be a milestone in mid-90s animation. But everything unraveled with the release of James and the Giant Peach in 1996. Based on Roald Dahl's novel and produced by Burton, James and the Giant Peach was met with critical praise, but financial disappointment. With a $38 million budget and a return of just $37.7 million, Disney deemed it a box office failure. Despite its creative success and lasting legacy among fans, the company decided that Burton's artistic ventures were too risky and too expensive. In the fallout, Disney shut down Skellington Productions, Burton and Selick's stop-motion studio founded in 1985. This move not only killed Toots and the Upside-Down House before it could begin, but also signaled Disney's growing unwillingness to fund Burton's darker, more unconventional projects. Ironically, Burton wasn't even the director of James and the Giant Peach. Henry Selick helmed the film, though Burton's name was heavily tied to the project. Earlier, Burton had distanced himself from Cabin Boy, another misfire associated with his name, leading Disney to grow wary of his continued influence. The damage was more than financial. The closure of Skellington was personal for Burton, who had nurtured it as a creative sanctuary for over a decade. It also widened the rift between Burton and Disney, a relationship that had been strained since the 1980s, when Burton first joined the studio as a young animator. Despite showing promise, Burton often clashed with Disney's strict creative limitations and commercial mindset. Burton's eventual return to the studio in 2019 with Dumbo only deepened his disillusionment. At the 2022 Lumiere Festival, he admitted the experience was stifling, comparing himself to Dumbo trapped in a circus. He publicly stated that his days with Disney were officially over. Looking back, Toots and the Upside-Down House remains one of the great what-ifs of animation history. Had Disney been more patient, or more willing to embrace Burton's unique storytelling, it might have launched a new era of imaginative hybrid animation. Instead, fans are left with concept art, shelved scripts, and the echo of a project that could have been. Tim Burton's influence on film remains undeniable, but the loss of Toots marks a turning point, not just in his career, but in how major studios decide which stories are worth telling. Sometimes, the biggest tragedies in Hollywood are the ones we never get to see.